It never happens the way you imagine, not with sirens or chaos. It starts in silence, the quiet realization that your plan, your hard work, the one thing that was supposed to protect you, is already failing. You reach for a can, expecting reassurance, but the seal gives way with a hiss of rot. The smell hits first, metallic, sour, final. You dig deeper into your stores, and the truth begins to sink in. The food meant to save you has been dying slowly, quietly, while you weren't looking. Every prepper fears the collapse, but few prepare for the slow decay that begins long before it. Because survival isn't just about enduring catastrophe, it's about enduring time. And time, unlike any storm or enemy, never stops attacking. It corrodes your stockpile, dulls your vigilance, and turns preparation into illusion. Before we dive deeper, take a second to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. That small act might matter more than you think, because the information you remember before the grid fails might be the difference between endurance and collapse. This isn't just about theory, it's about keeping what you've built alive when everything else stops. The irony is that most stockpiles don't fail during disaster. They fail before it begins, not because of fire, flood, or looters, but because of oxygen, heat, moisture, and complacency. Those are the quiet killers, working in the background, slowly dismantling your future 1 calorie at a time. The same time that eats at steel and plastic eats at your plans. You don't see it happening. You just wake up one day to find that the food you trusted has betrayed you. The first enemy is time itself. Time is the one variable no one ever truly masters. It's the slow erosion between intention and neglect. We all imagine collapse as a sudden shock, days, maybe weeks of chaos before things return to normal. But that's an illusion built on the memories of shorter disasters. Modern crises stretch longer, burn slower. Power grids that once failed for hours now vanish for weeks. Supply chains that used to recover in days collapse for months. During those long silences, your food sits in the dark, quietly counting down. Every can, every sealed bag, every vacuum-packed ration begins to shift from security to liability. Even under perfect conditions, constant temperature, no sunlight, low humidity, chemistry doesn't sleep. Fats oxidize, vitamins degrade. Invisible reactions slowly undo the order you worked so hard to create. Expiration dates aren't arbitrary. They're a timestamp on entropy itself, a reminder that everything decays, even hope. Most preppers don't lose food because of catastrophe. They lose it because they stop looking. Once the shelves are full, the brain relaxes. It wants closure. The mind tells you the job is done. That's when rotation stops. Logs go unwritten, and time, patient and relentless, begins its quiet invasion. Complacency is the real enemy. The illusion of completion is the deadliest trap in preparedness. You think the shelves are your safety, when in truth they are your responsibility. Temperature spikes in summer, condensation in winter, vibrations from an appliance or a heater, every small factor accelerates decay. It's not sudden, it's silent. You don't notice until the moment you need what you've lost. When the world outside collapses and you finally open your cabinet, you discover that time has been eating with you all along. Powdered food gone bitter, cans swollen from within, nutrients gone, calories hollow. It looks full, but it's empty, an illusion of abundance hiding a famine.
To fight time, you must treat your stockpile as a living system, not a sealed monument. Track it, rotate it, test it, and respect it. Make inspection a ritual, not paranoia. Because time doesn't care about your effort. It only respects your attention. In survival, those who lose focus don't just run out of food, they run out of time. But time isn't the only enemy. The second is dependence, the hidden weakness that comes wrapped in the illusion of control. Most people think independence means technology, freezers, vacuum sealers, humidity controls, thermostats. But every one of those tools depends on the same fragile lifeline, electricity. And when that cord is cut, all that tech becomes useless weight. The hum of your freezer that once felt reassuring? It's a countdown. The silence that follows? That's decay taking over. A freezer full of meat is not a safety net. It's a time bomb. Energy dependence hides behind convenience. A generator can buy you hours, maybe days, but every second costs fuel. And fuel is finite. Worse, it's loud. Every decibel broadcasts your position to anyone desperate enough to listen. Real preparedness doesn't rely on noise or power. It builds resilience where electricity ends. True mastery is low-tech, drying, salting, fermenting, canning. These aren't relics of the past. They're blueprints for independence. A dehydrated meal weighs less, spoils slower, and frees you from the tyranny of the grid. Fermentation creates living food, self-preserving systems that protect themselves. Clay coolers, root cellars, and shaded ground use physics instead of watts. The goal isn't rejecting modern comfort, it's outlasting it. When the power fails, those who designed their systems to function without it are the only ones who stay calm. Energy is the currency of crisis, and its value collapses fast. The less you need, the richer you become. And once you've learned to live without power, the next enemy reveals itself: chaos. Not from outside, but from within. Because even the most organized prepper can be defeated by disorder. The human brain craves control, but under stress, it creates chaos faster than fire spreads. A single misstep, a misplaced label, an unmarked bin, a forgotten expiration can destroy months of effort. The truth is, accumulation without organization isn't security, it's fragility. You don't just need food, you need flow, a living rhythm of storage, use, replacement. A system where every shelf, every container, every label has purpose. When the power goes, when panic hits, you won't have time to think. You'll grab what you can find. And if you can't see it, you'll lose it. Visibility equals control. Transparent containers, clear labeling, modular storage. These aren't just neat habits, they're survival protocols. Because confusion is the first stage of collapse. Logistics is more than boxes and bins. It's biology. Airflow, humidity, and heat shape survival as much as calories do. A single degree of temperature, a single corner of dampness, can start a chain reaction of decay. Cardboard traps moisture, plastic traps condensation. Both can kill a pantry faster than any thief. Every storage space should breathe, cool, dry, and dark. Simple desiccant packs, vents, and airflow grids can extend shelf life far beyond expectations. But even perfect systems collapse under human error. Because under fear, fatigue, and hunger, structure breaks. You forget to rotate. You double ration out of stress. You drop something, promise to fix it later, and never do. The decay starts small, but it spreads. That's why structure must exist before panic arrives. Labels, color codes, logs, they're not bureaucracy. They're discipline made visible. The more your system thinks for you, the longer your mind stays clear when it matters.
Because in survival, the brain fails before the body does. Fatigue dulls judgment. Boredom kills focus. That's the fourth enemy: erosion of discipline. Systems don't fail because of design, they fail because of people. At first, everything runs perfectly. Rations logged, meals measured, supplies rotated. But as the days stretch into weeks, the emergency becomes the new normal. The urgency fades, and with it, order. You cut corners,
You skip inspections. You start improvising. One missed entry, one broken rule, one careless night. That's all it takes for decay to start. Not just in your food, but in your discipline. The real battle of survival is monotony. The human mind rebels against repetition. It craves novelty, change, reward. And when it can't find it, it manufactures it in dangerous ways. Overeating, wasting supplies, taking unnecessary risks. That's why resilient systems don't just feed the body, they feed the mind. Routine becomes therapy. Cleaning, rotating, tracking, repairing. These small acts restore the illusion of progress, which sustains hope. Order isn't just efficiency, it's morale. A clean, labeled shelf does more for your psychology than most people realize. It gives you a sense of control when the world outside has none. Inside a group, the pressure multiplies. Stress doesn't scale evenly. Some hold firm, others crack. Hunger, fear, and fatigue divide people faster than they deplete resources. The solution isn't authoritarian control, it's shared ownership. Everyone has a role, a log to update, a task to manage. Small decisions made together maintain cohesion and accountability. Silence is the true enemy of survival teams. Communication, even under pressure, keeps the structure alive. But even the best system collapses when it stops evolving. That's the fifth enemy, stagnation. Too many preppers build their stockpile like a finished product, not a living framework. They build it once, label it, and call it done. But no plan survives contact with time. Every assumption, duration, population, environment, changes the moment reality begins. One unexpected guest doubles your consumption. One broken generator ruins your freezer. One heat wave cuts shelf life in half. The system that doesn't adapt dies in place. The strongest survivors don't just prepare, they experiment. They test, record, adjust, repeat. They open cans early, cook from their reserves, observe the real-world decay of their supplies. They simulate small crises before the real one hits. They call it adaptive prepping, turning theory into data and data into endurance. Every repetition teaches, every failure strengthens, because preparedness is not perfection, it's evolution. The most dangerous illusion in this world is believing your plan is finished. Perfection kills adaptability. A living system breathes, repairs, and adapts. Every shelf, every container, every meal should be a loop. Observed, corrected, improved. That's how a pile of supplies becomes a functioning organism. When you reach that level, you stop surviving by luck and start surviving by design. Because a stockpile that waits for disaster is fragile. A system that adapts to it is immortal. True preparedness isn't about owning the most. It's about maintaining what works. Every can you open, every log you update, every adjustment you make is a small act of defiance against entropy. Resilience isn't about abundance, it's about continuity. The difference between surviving and lasting isn't measured in calories, it's measured in control. And when the world finally shifts, when power fades and systems fail, you won't panic. You'll observe, adapt, and move. Because what you built wasn't a storage room, it was a living machine, capable of outlasting the noise of collapse. Before we close, ask yourself one question. Can your stockpile survive without you watching it every day? If not, it's not a lifeline, it's a liability. Preparation without adaptation is dependency in disguise. Fix it now while there's still light, while there's still time, because the next collapse won't warn you. It'll just start. And when it does, the only thing that decides whether your preparation saves you or betrays you is whether you learned to make it live. This is the Survival Brief. Subscribe now and stay ready,
because preparation isn't panic, it's power.